Welcome to Unity Inspired Living. Our community began in 1989 as a small worldwide Unity book study group, and we've continued the momentum as an ever-evolving spiritual community. Each Sunday, you will find dynamic thought leaders delivering inspiring messages and talented musicians sharing sound healing through their melody. Here, we embrace ancient spiritual traditions, universal truths, and emerging wisdom. Let's check out this Sunday message. We're so grateful you've joined us. Good morning, beautiful beings. Welcome into Unity Inspired Living. My name is Amy Van Ling, and it is always my joyful blessing and gift to gather with you, to be with this community that continues to grow and evolve and deepen. Week by week, we deepen together, and I'm so grateful for this space where we come not to escape life, but we can come to meet it more fully here, and totally and truthfully, with awareness and compassion and a willingness to grow. So thank you for being with us on this journey. I like to invite you to take that deep inhale together and really, truly let the outside world aside for now and soften into this moment. Prepare yourself, allow yourself to arrive fully, just as you are. Allow your body to open to a more receptive space. Maybe loosen your jaw or relax your shoulders, wherever you feel tension. Maybe even soften your abdomen, or anywhere you feel tension. Just soften and allow a willingness just to be present and say, I'm ready to see what is here to emerge. So thank you for being with us. Our theme this month really excites me. It just feels so appropriate. It's from wounds to wonder. And what we are discovering is that wonder doesn't mean everything is perfect. It means that we begin to see differently. We see through a different lens. And the places that can feel like setbacks become places of insight or light, and moments that really stretch us, where we're like, they shape us, and we can just take this reframe on everything that is going on in our lives. And slowly, when we do that, and maybe not so slowly, sometimes it's immediate, something shifts. And we move from this why is this happening state to what is opening up in me, what is unfolding. And that shift is where that wonder lives. So we're in this really potent time in so many ways. And I want to share something that I heard the other day. On Friday, I heard that it's kind of like a 3-day span of this, but there's a rare planetary alignment that's occurring that I think it hasn't happened in I don't want to say the wrong time, but a long time. Multiple planets are gathering in Aries, and it's a sign of beginnings. And so in astrology, this kind of alignment concentrates energy like a lens focusing on light, creating powerful moments of like an initiation. So you don't have to follow astrology to feel this either. Some of you might have been feeling this before Friday. I know I was, and I didn't even know this was going on. So there's just this sense of something opening, something ready to begin. And so the question becomes for us, what is ready to begin in you? What is there ready to emerge? So so back to connecting this to our theme, from wounds to wonder, it's about allowing the healing to become a starting point, and a new way of being, whatever that looks like, a new way of living, breathing, a new way of choosing yourself, whatever that might be, even if it's even if it's small. So something has opened, and we're invited to meet it. That is the message. So, so thrilled to be here and have our beautiful, luminous Reverend D. Jacqueline Edwards here to dive into this theme. I can't think of a better person to do this. Reverend D. Jacqueline brings a powerful, deep presence rooted in wisdom and compassion and love and spiritual depth. And her work invites us to see beyond the surface experience and really connect with the deeper truth of what's going on and who we are. And she is a master at this. And we are so deeply grateful for her sacred yes to us when she says, yes, I will be here with you. And we are, it's a gift to have her heart in here in our community. So thank you, Reverend Jacqueline, for saying yes to us and being here. There will not be a workshop today, but the community connection link will be open so everybody can join in there and connect. So thank you, Reverend Jacqueline, for saying yes to sharing yourself with us today. You will also see another beautiful, luminous, bright light on the screen, and her name is Kalyani Marsh, and she is blessing us with her music. She creates a space that is grounding and uplifting and just soul stirring. You'll see what I'm talking about. She invites us to feel, to soften, to open, and to express too. Like it feel like it comes out. So thank you, Kalyani, for sharing your gifts with us today. We are grateful for the deeper awareness that your music invokes in us. You will also see our very special and precious light we call Pat McCulley. She is a beautiful member of our community, and she is here to share our inspirational reading and our prosperity and practice. And she is bringing these principles to us so we can implement them in our everyday lives. So thank you, Pat, for saying yes to us and being here with your presence and your care. We are so grateful. So I want to just check in with everybody. I see you all tuning in, logging in. So thankful we are here together this morning. I like to open with our mission statement because it's the way we declare our purpose that is shaping our path. Like, where are we going? And what are we about? And this is where are we going and what are we about? We are fostering love and wisdom, inspiring transformation, offering compassionate outreach, and embracing unity. So thank you for being on this mission with us. We co-create, and it's so powerful and so potent. So yay. We are going to open up with a community song. Kalyani has that for us. So let this be a moment of connection for us. I know we can't hear each other's voices, but imagine and just remember that singing opens your heart. And together we create harmony, even when we're not in the same room. We're collectively together here. So thank you, beloved.
That's right. Thank you so much for leading us to this point. And now I think this is a wonderful segue into this follow the yeses and trust, which won't, I'm hoping that you all know The Wizard of Oz and you know Follow the Yellow Brick Road. And this is my version, follow the yeses and trust. So just say that, just so you get your, because it's pretty quick. Follow the yeses and trust. Follow the yeses and trust. Follow, 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 follow the yeses and trust. If ever a time to trust there was, this is the time to trust because I want to know unconditional love. Okay? Got that? And so I'm off to find the yeses, the wonderful yeses of life. And so we'll do this 3 times. And so, just jump in. Follow the yeses and trust. Follow the yeses and trust. Follow, 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 follow the yeses and trust. If ever a time to trust there was, this is the time to trust because I want to know unconditional love. So I'm off to find the yeses, the wonderful yeses of life. How'd you do? I'm going to slow it down maybe a little bit. Follow the yeses and trust. Follow the yeses and trust. Follow, 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 follow the yeses and trust. If ever a time to trust there was, this is the time to trust because. Oops, I forgot. I want to know unconditional love. So I'm off to find the yeses, the wonderful yeses of life. We're going to do it one more time. Follow the yeses and trust. Follow the yeses and trust. Follow, 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 follow the yeses and trust. If ever a time to trust there was, this is the time to trust because I want to know unconditional love. So I'm off to find the yeses, wonderful yeses of life. Should we try it one more time? Follow the yeses and trust. Follow the yeses and trust. Follow, 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 follow the yeses and trust. If ever a time to trust there was, this is the time to trust. Because I want to know unconditional love. So I'm off to find the yeses, the wonderful yeses of life.
My new favorite song. I love
I
it. That
found
was
that in my notes, just, floating around. I wrote that, or I put that together years ago, and I thought, oh yeah, that would be
yeah,
fun.
that was so perfect. I
Hopefully
love
everyone
it.
can sing it. That's the thing.
Y-
It's pretty quick.
Well, I
So
think because we know the Yellow
let me
Brick
know.
Road.
Let me know in the comments how you did with the singing. I'd
Okay,
be
yeah, yeah. Tell us
curious.
how that worked out. I love it. I think everybody did too. Yeah. Kansas, fabulous. Follow the yeses and trust. Yeah, I know. Favorite. Lovely. Wonderful. Okay, I'm going to hand the screen over to Pat. Pat has our inspirational reading. Thank you so much, beloved.
Thank you. Here are some thoughts I had entitled, What Wonders Are Yet Waiting for You? First, the wound. April 7th, 2023, Leo D., an Israeli British rabbi, lost his wife, Lucy, 48, and her two daughters, Maya, 20, and Rena, 15, from a terror shooting on the West Bank. The daughters were dead at the scene, and Lucy was rushed to a hospital and died 3 days later. Leo told Channel 12, I have no hatred toward the terrorists. I obviously would like them captured and treated with the full justice that they deserve, but mostly to stop them from doing anything like this ever again. How is it that he was able to move through that wound? Then the wonder. He continued, nothing is going to bring them back. My focus is very much on the future for us and the people of Israel. He had 3 other children to care for, as they had been in a separate car as the family made its way for a vacation when the attack occurred. His wife's organs were transplanted hours before her funeral, saving the lives of 5 people, including an Arab patient. 2 corneas were saved later. What is the wonder, the jewels, the gifts that the D family has given us today? Examples of accepting a tragedy of the past and moving on to the future. My screen just went crazy, so excuse me. We all have had tragedies in our lives, some still consuming us today. So this continues to speak to us 2 years after the deaths. What I've experienced in my life is that people who honor their past loved ones in some way seem to have the most closure and inner peace. Some start organizations, give to specific charities, plant a tree, set up a plaque, or nourish a plant in the ground. There are many ways to do this. The D family has given us a gift without even knowing it. This is an example that we may never know what effects our actions will often cause years later. There was always wonder connected with wounds, all as whole as the yin yang symbolizes. The life you thought was breaking you may be the one that's shaping you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pat. Beautiful story. So much truth. And yes, if we can remember that anytime we feel like life is breaking us, it's shaping us. Perfect and beautiful. We appreciate you. I am going to hand the screen back over to Kalyani. She has another song for us. Thank you, beloved.
So this is inspired by a poem written by Ramakrishna that I actually saw on when I was scrolling through TikTok one night, and there was this beautiful music behind it, and I just started singing this song based on this poem, and it's called "You Are the Operator," and I sing Abba, which is an Aramaic word referring to the cosmic parents. It's just about surrender. You are the operator, I am the machine. You dwell within, I am the house. You are the driver, and I am the carriage. Abba, I surrender to you. I do what this love has me do. I move as thou movest me. I speak as this love has me speak. I put my trust in you, trust in you, trust in you. You are the operator, I am the machine. You dwell within, I am the house. You are the driver, and I am the carriage. Abba, I surrender to you. I do what this love has me do. I move as thou movest me. I speak as my heart has me speak. I trust in the mother and father of all. Abba, Abba. You are the operator, I am the machine. You dwell within, I am the house. You are the driver, and I am the carriage. Abba, I surrender to you. I do what this love has me do. I move as thou movest me. I speak as my heart has me speak. I trust in the mother and father of all. Abba, Abba. You are the operator, I am the machine. You dwell within, I am the house.
Such a beautiful message to remember. So often we get into moments where we think we're doing it all alone, and we never are. Thank you for that reminder, beloved. Okay, I'm going to hand the screen back over to Pat. She has our prosperity in practice for us this morning. Thank you so much, Pat.
Thank you, Amy. The prosperity in practice is make no mental images of lack. The prosperity principle. What we consistently imagine in mind becomes the pattern through which life expresses. The prosperity in practice. This commandment is not only about ideas of stone, it's about the subtle images we hold in consciousness. When we imagine lack, rehearse worry, or expect limitation, we are shaping an inner picture that life tends to mirror. Georgiana Tree West reminds us that false ideas are still forms of worship, not consciously, but through attention and repetition. Most of us have outgrown external idols, yet we may still bow to inner ones: fear, scarcity, comparison, and doubt. This week, gently observe the images you carry. When a picture of lack appears, do not fight it. Replace it. Choose to image sufficiency, support, and possibility. The mind is a creative instrument. Use it intentionally. Thank you.
Thank you, Pat. We love that. Now that's from Prosperity's 10 Commandments by Georgiana Tree West. And I think that was the second one. The second, yeah. Yeah, we just stay aware of that thinker in there. Be the witness of that was an interesting thought. I get to look at that from a different lens. So thank you so much, Pat, for that. I'm going to hand the screen over to Kalyani for our final song this morning. Thank you, beloved.
Yeah, thanks for that reminder. I'm so grateful to be with all of you this morning. I really feel that this platform is really holding a beautiful space for remembrance, and I'm happy to be a part of it. I'm going to bring an old song to light. As you know, there's a lot of division, and I think that there's sometimes it's nice to just realize that you go to your church and I'll go to mine, but let's walk along together. So that's the song, Like a Lily. And some of you, it's on Faith, if any of you have that album. But it's really sweet. And actually, that when I wrote this song, that lily was actually an iris, that one of the first flowers of the spring that are coming up, reaching for light. But I put lily, but whatever. You go to your church and I'll go to mine, but let's walk along together. And if the road is long or it is hard, we will make time for each other. When I'm sharing with you, it is all God's plan coming through. Walking and listening, maybe a song will come out like a lily, reaching for light and the courage to be fully alive with all the colors and shapes in the divine design. It is holy, it is holy, it is holy, holy, so holy. You are holy, it is true, and your happiness is essential. You go to your church and I'll go to mine, but let's walk along together. You will hear your chimes and I will hear mine. They will ring in harmony together. when I'm sharing with you. It is all God's plan coming through when I'm smiling with you. It is all God's joy flowing through. You go to your church and I'll go to mine, but let's walk along together. Walking and listening, maybe a song will come out like a lily reaching for light. It is holy, it is me, it is all God's joy flowing free. It is holy, it is you, it is our soul's desire coming true. It is holy, it is holy, it is holy, holy, so holy. Life is sacred, it is true, and our happiness is essential. You go to your church and I'll go to mine, but let's walk along together.
What a beautiful message, really to absorb, that is completely possible, that we can all honor one another and support one another and walk along together. Thank you so much, Kalyani, for that.
My pleasure.
Yeah, we're
Look
so
forward to
grateful
hearing the
for.
talk and staying with you.
Yes, thank you for your serenity and your sincerity that you bring through your music. Can you tell everybody how to find you? How to find more of your music?
Well, I guess SoundCloud is the best bet right now. Kalyani Marsh, and you can hear a lot of the older productions. And I would love to record some new material. I've been singing a lot for people in their homes, people with memory issues and Alzheimer's, and it's been very surprising
Wow.
that I've found myself creating a healing circle um, in people's homes for that purpose, and creating that just a moment of upliftment and peace, because that's part of the brain. The musical part of the
Mm-hmm.
brain is intact a lot of the times,
Mm-hmm.
and they remember a lot of old songs. I've been learning a lot of old, even vintage country songs and all kinds of songs, so people can sing along. So it's
Oh my gosh,
been
I
really
love
fun. I've kind of
this.
just that was a kind of a vision I had to create a healing circle. I didn't know what that would look like, and then
Oh, I love
these
it.
opportunities showed up. So that feels pretty
Thank
awesome.
you for that inspiration to know that sometimes, we have that feeling about something, we don't know how it's going to look, and then how it unfolds. It's like, wow, I didn't even
Exactly.
realize this. And also just speaking to that, we're all ministers, and wherever we are placed in life, like you have, that's your ministry. It's just so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. I'm
Oh,
I'm so
thanks.
grateful
Happy to
for that
be here.
message for everybody to hear, that you are a minister right where you are, right wherever you are showing up. So thank you,
Understood.
beautiful, for being with us. And thank you, Pat, for your grounded, thoughtful presence. We're so grateful that both of you opened us into the space this morning. Tremendously grateful for you. So thank you. Thank you. We will see you on this
Aloha.
live stream side of everything. Blessings. Mwah. Hugs and love. Okay, everybody. Well, I invite you to prepare, clear out anything that's there, clear it out. So there's an empty cup to be filled, and open your heart space just for the message to be downloaded to you, because we all, you know this, we can all read the same book, hear the same message, and we all will hear it in the way that God meant it for us to receive. So Open your hearts as we warmly welcome Reverend D. Jacqueline Edwards, and she shares her message with us today. Thank you, beloved, for saying yes and being
Thank
with us.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am so grateful and excited to be here. We've been doing the message all morning from the beginning, from the first, your introduction, your comments, Amy, about from wounds to wonder and stepping into wonder, and then the music, Kalyani's music. We have been laying breadcrumbs. So I'm excited. I'm excited to be alive, and I'm excited to be in this space this morning. So thank you so much for having me. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you. So I like to pray myself in. I know we've done some prayer, but I like to pray myself in. And so if you will join me, indulge me, whatever works for you. I invite you to know with me that indeed there is only one life, one mind, one heart, one spirit. And we've been experiencing that all morning here today. And really, we've been experiencing that all our lives when we choose to pay attention. And so I am knowing, declaring, and accepting that today we are paying attention to all of the ways that we are absolutely individualized expression of the one that is called by many names. Some call it God, some call it Allah, some call it the universe, some call it nature. It is all of that and so much more. And in that more is each and every one of us absolutely expressing as reflections, as emanations, as creations of the divine. And so I simply say thank you, Mama God. Today I'm calling it Mama God. Thank you for all of the ways that we are divinely connected as the divinity in, as, and through each and every one of us. I release this word and open this conversation with love and laughter and joy and deep and humble gratitude. Thank you, Mother, Father God. Thank you. Ashe, Amen, Amin, Aho. And so it is. So we really just set ourselves up so delightfully. We have this annual theme of living the kingdom within, which starts with an acknowledgement that there is that within, which is in fact the kingdom, a kingdom, the divine. It's what we're made of. It's how we got here. It is both the vessel for our arriving in this thing called life, as well as it is this thing called life. And so once we acknowledge that, and we have acknowledged that simply by claiming living the kingdom within as part of our annual theme, then we don't really have any choice but to ride on in on part two, which is walking the talk, acting like I am living from the kingdom within, acting like I am aware of, know that there is a kingdom within. Not sometimes, not occasionally, not when I'm having a good day, but 24/7, 365, even when we are asleep. There's not a spot where God is not, and there's not a time. There's not a time when God is not, when spirit is not, when, again, whatever we want to call it, there is no time, no way, no place, no space that it does not exist. And the most powerful and potent and important way that it exists is as love and through love. Love is fundamental. It is the foundation on which all the rest depends. No matter what area of life we're talking about, no matter how we carry on in the world, it is always, always either an expression of love, it's a call for love, it's a beg and a plead for love. Love is up in there. And so, what we get to do as we are going from wounds to wonder is to say, you know what? I'm just going to let this love thing lead me, guide me. I am going to know that love exists in, as, and through my core in such a powerful way that even when I'm having attitude, even when I'm mad at somebody, even when I'm terrified, just that one tiny act of bringing myself back to an awareness and a consciousness that love exists, even if I can't feel it. If I can just grasp, oh, wait, there is something out there called love. And that love is all encompassing, and it is my life raft. I'm going to let that just sink. It is my life raft. It is the thing that when I call upon it, just by the nature of it, it works its way in, through, and as me. Now, I have always been one who was fine to say, if you let it, if you allow it. And I am here today to say the only thing you have to do is let and allow the word, the thought. You don't have to work on it, because love is so powerful, so precious, and so healing that even that little bitty thought about the word starts to do the work. We are today 30 days into spring. It started on March 20th, the beginning of spring. And spring, again, is a time of wonder. I look at this tree outside in my yard, and I literally, or felt like I literally, went from seeing the view that is in the distance to not seeing anything but green leaves. It is spring. Spring has sprung, and we get to spring with it into wonder. It is an opportunity to heal wounds, to renew our spirits, to till the soil in preparation for newness and growth. And of course, we mean our metaphysical and metaphorical soil, that is our own selves, our hearts, and our spirits. But it also means get out there and put your hands in some dirt. Get out there and plant something. Get out there and buy a plant and nurture it and watch it grow, because there is something powerful, and I'm going to even say magical, in that process of allowing ourselves to witness the growth, to witness nature working in, as, and through us. This is a time for embracing and creating change, and it's a time for courage. It's a time for collaboration, for identifying and reaching out to our fellow travelers in ways that support the whole, that support everybody. This idea, from wounds to wonder, invites us to see and use everything in new ways. Now, well, let me say it this way. One of the biggest invitations and opportunities to do that is with our technology. Our technology constantly holds and invites us to experiment, to learn new things, to figure out things. I have a 2022 phone. So that means I've had it for 4 years. And now watch this. I'm not beating myself up about the things that I'm still learning about it. I'm going to say that again. I'm not beating myself up about the things I'm still learning. I am, in fact, being in delight. One, that I have the capacity to still learn. Now, I'm saying I, but I mean we. In fact, I mean you and me. Let me be very specific. I mean all of us, because this is part of our moving into wonder, is shifting how we see things, how we experience the world, and particularly in those places where we might choose to beat ourselves up. I don't know why I never knew this. I don't know why I couldn't figure it out. Another opportunity is, oh my goodness, I didn't know this could do that. Oh, oh, oh. And I promise you that every time you have that kind of learning something new experience, that's a learning something new that we get to take into other areas of our lives. So it is an expanded sense of joy that comes from loving the self enough to salute and cheer and rah, rah, rah on the self for all of the ways that we see the world through eyes of wonder. We are on a collective journey of healing. We are at a point where we've seen evidence, maybe not of all the things that could um, happen or unfold in the world that we may not be happy about, but it's been long enough now. We've seen a theme, let's call it that. We've seen some directions that things may be going in that we may not agree with, that we may feel are, how shall we say it, counter to the good of the order. So we don't need to see more. We don't need to keep going, oh my God, what happened? What did they say? How is that going to impact? We're done with that part. When we're talking about moving into wonder, what we're talking about is, okay, I see you. I see all of you. And through the power and presence of love and other principles within, as, and through me, I am setting a new cause in motion. We are setting a new cause in motion. You just carry on however it is that you feel you need to carry on. You just show up and show out and act in some interesting fashions in whatever way that you need to do that. And as I'm paying that $7 a gallon for gas, I am also creating in my consciousness and in my spirit and in my heart, I am creating opportunities to shift the, what do I want to call it? The, are you kidding me? Into wonder. How does that happen? That happens by, the conversation at the gas station. When the person who's filling their car up in front of or behind you has something to say, you get to have something to say too. I get to have something to say. Yes, this is not okay with me in that framework. And I'm grateful that I'm getting to meet someone that I may ultimately wind up collaborating with to make a difference. In my conversation, I may inquire about you, the person who's filling up the car behind me or in front of me. I may take advantage of the opportunity to learn some things about you. Do you have kids? Do you have children? What is your play in the world? Not what is your work in the world, but what is your play in the world? That's a question that always brings a smile to another human being. When you ask somebody what do they do for fun, it's going to make them smile, even if they're figuring out, oh, well, what do I do for fun? Oh, wait, maybe I need to go start having some fun, because we cannot do the work that is ours to do from a funk. I'm going to say that again. We can't do the work from a funk. We've got to be in and coming from and living from places of joy, of happiness, of delight, of absolute delight in our knowledge and in our understanding that through the collaborative work that we are doing together, that we are not only making a difference, but we are cooperating with the universe. We are cooperating with the energetic that Amy spoke of earlier when she talked about the planets being in alignment in such a way that there's fire being created. Fire is a healing, cleansing element. And as if to undergird all of that, in this year that we are talking about living the kingdom within and walking the talk, in the Asian calendar, and notice I'm saying Asian, not Chinese specifically, only because one of the things we're invited to do is learn more about each other, get some cultural competence going. And as we do that, we learn it's not just the Chinese people that use that lunar calendar, because that's what it is, but it's throughout the Asian nations and countries and cultures. It's the year of the fire horse. Come on, fire horse. So we started that in January, and here we are in April, and Amy's bringing it back to us in another form. I love metaphors. I absolutely appreciate the way they set us up to keep before us the moments of our high resolve. One of my favorite metaphors is that of the four square. And four square has both architectural meanings as well as biblical origins. When we ask Merriam-Webster about the definition of four square, they say it is marked by boldness and conviction, forthright, outspoken, candid, tell the truth, step up, step out, boldness and conviction. Foursquare. Biblically, it occurs most often in the description of altars, equal on all sides. It refers to the New Jerusalem, and that's that piece in Revelations where John is having a vision of what is to come, and it conveys the idea of perfection. Today, we have, again, more than enough information. We have more than enough examples of a doom and gloom trajectory that impacts and hurts everyone. More than ever, we are required, we are invited to walk that talk by creating our own personal metaphors. When we ask metaphysically, what is Foursquare? It stands for completeness. And I'm inviting us to consider that it is a completeness of moving into the new era that we are birthing. This metaphor of birthing is being used. This metaphor of releasing that which no longer serves us. All of it, from a metaphorical Foursquare perspective, can have, and these are my four dimensions, and I'm going to admit up front that I'm cheating on a little bit on one of them because I'm combining, but my 4 points in my Foursquare metaphor are really, really, again, based on love, a willingness, willing the good of another, taking action demonstrated through demonstrations through behaviors like active listening, not just, yeah, I heard you, active listening, paying attention, supporting, and being present during difficult times. Mutual growth and respect. We're talking about love now. Mutual growth and respect. A healthy relationship involves cultivating a safe environment where everyone feels free to grow and understanding that we evolve over time. Our relationships grow as we participate in active listening, as we participate and pay attention to each other. One of my 4 corners, another of my 4 corners, I might add, is respect. Respect. Respect leads to and creates more room. It creates the foundation for happiness. It creates the foundation for justice. It creates the foundation for peace. And the two that I'm combining are love and respect. Respect is one of the highest expressions of love. Say what? Respect is one of the highest expressions of love. What does that mean? That means all those times when we say, well, I respect them, but I don't like them. That's okay. I respect them, but I don't love them. Not possible. Respect is one of the highest expressions of love. Michael Bernard Beckwith says, the art of respecting begins with self-respect, and self-respect generates respect for others. When genuine respect wells up in our hearts, even if we are not able to verbalize it to another person to our satisfaction, they will feel its vibration. People feel the vibration of being respected. And again, in our shifting, in our moving from wounds to wonder, we get to not focus on, I wasn't feeling any respect. They disrespected me, to paying attention to, lifting up and honoring the times when we do feel respect, the times when we are being respected in our day-to-day interactions. When you go into a store, and this might just be me now, but when you go into a store and you want to buy something, you can't remember what the name of the thing is called, but you can describe it. When the person working with you, the salesperson, takes time to listen to your description, takes an interest to really help identify the thing that you are looking for, that's respect. And you feel that. And it carries through the rest of your day. You get the thing, you leave the store, it's 4 hours later, and you are still feeling that love, that lightness from that interaction and that exchange. Justice is fairness in the way people are dealt with. Now, that's from the Cambridge Dictionary. We kind of stepped across the ocean a little bit, though. When judgment is divorced from love and works from the head alone, there goes forth the human cry for justice. The human cry for justice. This is implying, and this is coming from Charles Fillmore, by the way, that justice is something that we inherently, again, we know what it is, and it is a part of our role in living and being human, to do what is ours to do, to ensure that justice is a part of our way of living. Fillmore says, when justice and love meet at the heart center, there are balance, poise, and righteousness. He goes on to say there is an infinite law of justice that may be called into activity. When we call our inner forces into action, the universal law begins its great work in us. Think about that. The divine doing a great work. Somebody has a song that's related to that. I'm not remembering the name of it right now, but just that concept. The divine is doing a great work in me. Oh my goodness. I get excited just saying it. Just saying it. And I hope you do hearing it. And I invite you to say it. The true way to establish justice is by appealing directly to the divine law, appealing directly to the divine within each and every one of us. And finally, peace, harmony, and tranquility are derived from awareness of the Christ consciousness. You see how we're taking little steps into what we're talking about when we're talking about the divine living in, as, and through us. My peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you. That's from the book of John, 14th chapter, 27th verse. Steadfast affirmations of peace will harmonize the whole body structure and open the way to attainment of healthy conditions in mind and body. And I invite you to consider that that word body is not just talking about our physical body, but the body of the people, the body of our families, of our communities, of our nations, plural, the body of the planet. Finally, I really want to tell you a little story, and I'm going to try to be as succinct as possible about that. And this is a story that one of my favorite folks, Otis Moss III, Reverend Dr. Otis Moss III, tells in his book, Dancing in the Darkness, Spiritual Lessons for Thriving in Turbulent Times. And he tells the story of Howard Thurman getting to high school, because in the town in Florida that Thurman lived in, high school was not a thing at the time he was growing up for people of color. And Howard Thurman is an African American man. I'm going to keep that present tense, is an African American man, even though, yes, he's no longer in body. And so when he got to the train station, all happy and all excited, he bought his ticket. The agent refused to check his bag. And he refused to check his bag because he didn't have the tag attached to the trunk. He had it attached to a rope that was being used as a handle. In other words, he was being penalized for being poor. A man witnessed this, a Black man witnessed this, and he came over and he helped him. And he helped him by giving him a substitute suitcase. He took him off and he came back and he brought a suitcase. He gave it to him. He was ready to now board the train and go on to his future, which impacted all of us. He started the first integrated church, I believe, in the United States, but definitely here where I live in the Bay Area. Otis points out to us that this exchange, it was a story of justice. It was a reflection of someone taking action to create justice on behalf of someone else. He says the extraordinary power of that story comes from the way it combines what? Y'all know, what is it? Combines the L word, we're going to start calling the L word, love and justice. But not any kind of love, but agape love. There's more that I have here related to that, but I want to leave you with that importance, with that, again, as Otis says, extraordinary power of the story, that it illustrates the way that love and justice are combined. I ask you to consider ways that you can take time every day to build your Foursquare life, or whatever metaphor it is that works for you. What are the elements of this life that you are creating? What is calling your name? And that harkens back to happiness as one of the anchors of a Foursquare life. Happiness. If you're doing something that does not make you happy, it's not going to be done with all of the you that it can be, and you are not going to be healthy. What is it that brings you happiness? What's calling your name? Often it's something right in front of you. You already have all the tools you need. That is the good news. This is not stuff that you need to go get another degree for. This is not stuff you have to figure out. It's stuff you have to allow to unfold. What is it that is right in front of you? What is it that makes you happy? Who are your fellow travelers? Who are you praying for daily? What organizations are you supporting and how? I invite you to close your eyes for a moment and just let me read this last piece to you. First of all, take a deep breath, inhale, and release. I honor my Creator by living in justice today. I believe in my own divinity and give all honor to that which brought me forth out of its own substance of love. I act with wisdom worthy of that which created me. All that the infinite is individualizes itself through me. And so it is. And that last piece was taken from today's reading in 365 Days of Richer Living by Ernest Holmes and Raymond Charles Barker. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's been fun. Thank you. And a joy. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Reverend D. Jacqueline. Michael J. said, "Beloved is cooking," and I say, "Yeah, she was cooking. She was
Hi,
cooking."
Michael.
Yeah. Wow. Anybody want to drop a comment or a question or a thought in the chat? I'll be checking it out. Woo, we were cooking. I will say, drop the mic. Yeah. Michael J said, drop the mic. I didn't jot down when you said that, but it was like the whole talk, drop the mic. I love how you brought in, to begin with, the fire horse and the year of the fire horse, and how the Aries, the planets are aligning in Aries right now, and how fire is just so potent to beginnings, and
Mhm.
when we start to shift the thoughts from like destruction or endings, and really see the beginning, it's such a different perspective to take on anything that's going on. And I think that's the empowerment. um Jan says, what is my happiness, my joy, my wonder? Yes, these are questions, right, to keep close here. So we talked about, I'm looking at my notes. um I just stopped taking notes after a while, right, because there were so many mic drops. As Michael J said, I was like, I'm just listening. I'm just like absorbing it now. I love the Foursquare conversation. How beautiful. What a beautiful message to bring. I had never heard that before, how the way you presented this. So uh thank you for that. Vision is what's to come. Releasing that which no longer serves us. I love the love and respect conversation, and really talking about respect is one of the highest expressions of love. I think people forget that sometimes.
Mhm.
Maybe because it's not so easy all the time. So we
Yeah.
conveniently forget. I'm not sure. Uh, but so important to remember, because when we start thinking about the collective journey of healing, and you mentioned that at the beginning as well, we have such an important role in this. And so don't ever think that, well, I have this thought, it doesn't matter. It does matter. It
Mhm.
absolutely does matter. Every thought that we hold, it expresses, it
Everyone.
yes, everyone. So don't ever think, yeah, well, I just had this inside thought no one will know about. Not true. Not true. And
Mm-mm.
it's it's powerful to take accountability for that.
Yes, 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 yes.
Very
Powerful
powerful.
and important.
So important, because you know what? It's so easy to villainize or demonize the other or whatever it is. It's so
Mhm.
easy to do that. And our ego loves that. It's like, oh, it feels so nice.
Mm.
I'm so right.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
they're such a villain. And, so it's not, I don't speak from a place of, I don't understand this. I know how our ego, some of our humanness likes to lean
Yes.
forward, and we can rise, we can be with the spirit is within. You said something like that, like it's all within us. We don't have to do anything. We don't have to go take another class, read another book. It's here within us. We just tune in, tap in, allow the initiation and the fire to create something anew, and just the accountability piece I think is big, um, because we don't always just want to lean into what's comfortable because it's out of our
Mm.
comfort zone is where the growth is.
Yes, yes,
Outside that
yes.
comfort zone. Yeah, and so sometimes, even I'm thinking of, different, very specific things, but to really put your attention on forgiveness. I forgive whatever I'm seeing that is wrong or a villain or a demon about that person, or, just tuning into forgiveness and love and gratitude and respect changes everything, because that changes our minds. That changes
Mhm.
the collective ultimately. So that's why this conversation is so important. And the human cry for justice, something we have inherently, and can't we all feel that and know that? I
And
mean,
the important thing is that when we are talking about principles like forgiveness,
mhm,
that it does not in any way mean we don't fix the thing that's broken. It just does not mean that at all. Some time ago, someone used the analogy of, if you see a child running with scissors, you take the scissors away from them. Period. You don't go, oh, they might fall, they might hurt themselves, they might hurt somebody else. You don't go through it. You take the scissors away. Our work is to turn away from what's here and co-create what we know is possible
right.
and what we desire at our heart's core. Um, One of the places I'm a little challenged, I'll say it that way,
Mhm,
is letting it be okay for people to be where they are.
mhm, mhm.
I want you to be here. See, I need you to do A, B, and C. I need you to see this from the same perspective that I see it. All of that. But
Mhm,
there is and I'm learning this, and I'm going to be quiet after I say this, but
mhm,
I am learning this in a very, very real way,
mhm.
in a day-to-day way in the work that I'm doing out in the world right now, that as you be present with people where they are, that two things happen. One, and it harkens back to this idea that we feel each other.
Mhm.
They drop their defensiveness. It goes away.
Amen.
And when they drop that, you both see each other differently. And I'm not talking about let's agree to disagree. I'm not talking, that might be
Right.
part, but I'm not talking about that. I am talking about there is a thing that happens when we recognize each other's humanity
Yes.
that gets us to a sense of oneness
Mhm.
on principles like love, like justice. And we often will surprise ourselves at what comes out of our mouth. Ooh, ooh. Oh, I didn't know I ever looked at it that way.
Mhm.
And there's a huge healing in that.
Huge.
I'm complete.
Oh,
Let's
it's
stop
so
talking.
much. Yeah, you are. It's beautiful. So much to say with us is it's about creating safety. And when people are
Mm,
safe, they can heal.
yes, yes,
That's
yes,
what it
yes,
is. When people are safe, they
yes.
can heal. And when you're not safe, you can't because you can never get to that spot because you're on
Mhm,
guard and your nervous
mhm.
system's disarray and you have fight flight going on and all of these things. So when we can be this
Yes,
when we can be the
yes,
safe
yes,
space
yes,
for
yes,
people
yes,
and that ripples out into the world, it changes the world. And you
yes,
said something about,
yes.
decency. I think you said, I don't know if I heard that in the cosmos or what, but it's like there's so much I'm hearing too in the world, just about where's the human decency, and how
Mhm.
we treat one another. Even recently I was talking about like breakups, like with people. Where's the love? If you've loved somebody, where's the humanity, your your heart's hurting. We may be thinking different things, but you're a human and I'm a human and we have hearts that love and break and all of these things. And we get so far from that sometimes. And people just need a safe place to heal. And we
Yes,
can, like Kalyani was talking about her ministry with the memory and
yes,
dementia and Alzheimer's. We all have our own ministry wherever you are, whatever that is. You can be that safe space. What Jacqueline's talking about here. It's such a powerful conversation. That's where we can take our accountability. Like, how are we showing up in the world? What are our thoughts creating? Because they do. And don't think that you don't play a part in this because you do. Very, very potent part. And I love this conversation. It is juicy and meaty, and I could go on and on and on. Let's check in with everybody here. Hi, beloveds. Kalyani's here. She says, all blessings upon this powerful communication. Communication. Jennifer, hi, honey. She says, so much appreciation for your passionate heart and wise words for all of us to empower ourselves. Indeed. Kathy, hello, beloved. Thank you, Reverend Jacqueline. I never thought about being the foundation, about love being the foundation of respect, but now I see how true and important that is. Don't you love those little aha moments? Um, and sometimes it's just about the timing. I was talking to somebody the other day and we had the same experience with the Course in Miracles. He was telling me about how
Mhm.
when he got the book the first time, he couldn't even read it, could put it down. And it was the same thing with me. The first time I ever heard about it was Mary Ann Williamson was on Oprah way back when. I think it was her Return to Love, and she had mentioned Course in Miracles, and I
Yes.
ran to the library back then. We rode to the library, get a book, and checked it out. And I thought, this is gibberish. I can't even understand this. So took it back to the library. And 3 years later, picked it up again. And I thought it was like easy poetry. Like, this is the
Yes.
easiest thing I ever
Mhm.
read. And that's how it is sometimes. Like, you could hear, that's why it's so, okay, hear this. This is why we're on the spiritual practice path, because you hear something today, next week it's different, next year it's different, because we're
Yes.
always evolving.
Yes.
So from a
Yes.
different lens, that's why it's so important to surround ourselves. I think you even talked about
Yes.
this, didn't you? Just say who are we, who are our fellow travelers, is what Reverend Jacqueline said today, right? So pay attention, because these are such important points to be intentional about our lives. Oh, I love it. Luinda, hello, beautiful. She says, very true words about love, Jacqueline. Love is the answer we forget about. Yes. Michael J says, as we speak, we create. Yes. Abracadabra. Sonia.
Abracadabra.
Sonia, hi, beautiful. She says, wow, you can't heal until you feel safe. That's a mic drop for me. That's what
Mhm.
Jacqueline's talking about when she's holding this space with people, and you actually see the soul, the human, the core, not their thing, not their problem, not their complaint, not their skin color or whatever. It's the soul. And you say, I love you. I'm here for you. I respect you. and something happens big, huge, life-changing, world-changing. And we're in this year of the fire horse. We are here with all the 7 planets in Aries right now. It's like fire. Was it Kali Yuga? The fire to, destruction to rebuild, and
Yes.
so power, such potent stuff. I love this talk. Thank you,
Oh,
beloved
thank you.
Reverend D.
Thank
Jacqueline. You are
Thank you. Thank
you
you
are
very much
special.
for having me.
You are
Oh,
so
thank
very
you.
special. Everybody, thank you for being here. I know this was an activation. This kind of talk, when Michael J says, she's beloved is cooking, means we're having activation here. That's what's going on. So beautiful, such a beautiful message from a beautiful being, soul being. Thank you for being with us.
Yes.
Everybody, thank you for being here and co-creating this space, because we create this container together, and it's fiery. I love it. If our center, if this message supports you, if this community nourishes you, we invite you to participate in that sacred exchange of giving with us.
Yes.
Your generosity, we are 100% supported by your generosity, and it allows this space of connection and music and transformation and divine mic drops to happen. So you can find out how to give on our website, unityinspiredliving.org. So thank you for being part of this community. I'm just so excited always about where we're going and evolving to, and it's speakers like Reverend D. Jacqueline that just create such a powerful space. So thank you, beloved. I'm going to share my screen with our prayer of protection. And I just like to remind everybody that I'd like this prayer to land for you as it was originally intended by the author, as a spoken blessing, a benediction offered to you, not something that you must generate on your own, but to be received. A sacred reminder that you are already held within the light and love and presence of God, just as you are. So that is how we're sharing the prayer of protection this morning. So let it land, beloveds. The light of God surrounds you. The love of God enfolds you. Power of God protects you. Presence of God watches over you. The mind of God guides you. The life of God flows through you. The laws of God direct you. The peace of God abides within you. The joy of God uplifts you. The strength of God renews you. The beauty of God inspires you. And wherever you are, God is, and all is well.
Is well.
Amen. Ashe.
Amen. Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Blessings,
you.
blessings, peace and
Thank
blessings,
you.
precious one. Thank you for being with us. We are so grateful for you, for all the work you're doing, for your ministry, for you holding that safe space for so many people.
Have a fabulous rest of the day.
Yes, we love you so much. Everybody, thank you for tuning in with us. And remember, shine on, bright ones. It's easy to do. Just smile and share your love. We love you all dearly. We'll see you next week.